up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. I just came down here because I wanted to talk about Put a Ring on It. And I wanted to talk about Shorty and Kenneth and how she is an example. Okay, I have so many things to say. So I don't review Put a Ring on It. There are some shows that I like to watch just purely for entertainment. I don't want to I tweet about them. You'll see a hashtag. I'll tweet about them. I might mention it in a nothing to talk about, but usually you catch the other shows that we talk about on Twitter. So I forgot to watch it this weekend. I don't know. I was on the kitty cloud the whole weekend, but I forgot to watch it this weekend. And so I watched it this morning after rewatching Love and Marriage Huntsville. That is uploading now, or you probably already watched it. You're probably watching this because you've already watched whatever, girl. Anyways, so I'm watching it, and this is the episode where she kind of snaps out of it. She is in a typical Black struggle love relationship. She's a woman of a certain caliber who we can on sight see that she has lowered her standards, and this man lacks the emotional intelligence, lacks the foresight, and does not have a plan for his future, let alone her future or their future as a couple. On sight, you can see it. You can see that she lowered her standards, and when she opened the lower your standards door, this man came through. And for 5 years, her desire to have a man outweighed his mediocrity. And she had wasted her time in this relationship. And this process on Put a Ring on It has given her new insight. And she's finally woke up and slowly started to deprogram what she was putting up with and realized that she deserved better. She did not deserve what she was getting. And when she realized that, and he realized that, she kept asking him, what is your plan? What is your plan? You say you're doing these things, but what is your plan? He could not tell her. And at one point, he was like, let me just finish. And she hadn't said anything. He was literally trying to create conflict so that he didn't have to answer her question of, what is the plan for our relationship? As the man, and I'm here making you feel like a man, right? While you sit in your mediocrity, I have to lower myself, dim my shine, lower your standards, and so you could feel like a man. Then they were late. She was like, they were doing some kind of intimacy exercise, cuddling exercise. And he's telling her, I just need you to be there for me. I just need for you to be here when I get home and to see your pretty eyes when I get home and to know that what did he say? That I've gone through. He basically hit her with I'm a black man in this world and I just need you to be home to make me feel like the shit his granddaddy was probably telling some woman. That old fucking playbook for generations that these mediocre men have been allowed to play from. They bank on your insatiable desire to be partnered, and then they don't have to do nothing but be black, and you will allow them in, and then you have to be putting up with their potential. Like Amy and Mazzy. Amy and Mazzy are no different than Shorty and Kenneth. And like I said over the weekend, it seems like there is an initiation for black women to have this kind of weird ass black experience with a man who really is kind of probably more than likely out of her league, but for some reason she allows him into her space, and he brings her down, and she wastes a couple of years until she wakes up. And then he literally turned around, Kenneth, to Shorty and called her stupid for being with him, because he knew. He told her, you ain't even my flavor. And like I said on Twitter, your flavor is out of her league. You are not in her league. Your palate is hot Cheetos. She's on some other shit. And then they get mad at you because they want a woman to have all her shit together, and then think that they can come into a relationship because they have a penis and be treated with some sort of authority, when you're really coming into the relationship. If we're using this game as a model, you're coming into this relationship as the feminine, as you guys. I'm using your model because I don't believe in all that shit, but I'm using your ruler on how relationships should be designed. And the way y'all say relationships should be designed is the man needs to come in protecting and providing. But that is impossible, and it hasn't been possible for many women. And that's why I was telling Diva the other day, 88% of relationships ended, they got married for love. And 23% got married for finances. It should be flipped the other way. When you guys started getting married for love, you started accepting mediocrity. You thought that love was the only thing that was going to be able to sustain a marriage. And it was not. It's not the only thing. You need to have a stable foundation. But because these men have been allowed to get race loyalty, and that is it, they know you're going to be there, and they know that society has beat you over the head with telling you need a man. And so you lower your standards and effectively enter a relationship with a man who he knows he's beneath you. And that's why he needs you to make him feel like a man, because he knows he's out of his league. He knows he is. He's sitting in that relationship right now knowing, this woman, I shouldn't have access to her. But we live in a culture where men like me can have access to women like her, because her desire to have a man is more important than actually having a man with tools and resources that are equivalent to hers. I want to call her April so bad. Amy and Mazzy. She's over there modeling a relationship. You're looking at this black couple. This whole time, she's the head of household. She's financing the relationship. They were on Ladies Who List Atlanta. Robin sold them a house. They put down they put down $217,000. They bought the house. That's what it looked like to us. But when Amy tells the story, she put down $217,000, all her money. He didn't put nothing. He's driving around in a Lamborghini truck in her name. His cell phone is in her name. At this point, I'm not sure why she hasn't claimed that nigga as a dependent on her taxes. Because he's a child. He's a dependent. The car he's driving is in your name. His cell phone is in your name. And then she's living this relationship, and she's not the only black woman in a relationship who's the head of household, financing it, and then at the same time in public has to lower herself to make him feel like a man for society. Shorty is the same way. This nigga was in her house. She was like, get out of here. He came with trash bags. He's leaving with trash bags. And then these niggas will call you stupid because they know you're stupid. You have been stupefied by society to accept mediocrity in a man, to accept more than his skin tone as standards and preferences. And you've allowed, and then that's why they tell you, that's why they shame you for gold digging. And then when you lower your standards, then they turn around and call you stupid. Your standards are too high. Your standards are too high. And then you lower your standards, and then you get this fool who's doing cartwheels in your shit, his damn shoes on your couch, sitting next to you, calling you stupid for choosing him. He knew he was out of her league. I couldn't believe it. I said, that's like an ugly nigga. You decide you want to give an ugly nigga a chance and he start acting stupid. That's like the worst feeling in the world. I gave your ugly ass a chance, and now you want to start acting a fool. Stop giving these niggas a chance to just stroke their egos. So he's telling her, you fake. Yeah, you know she's fake. Because you know if she kept it real, you wouldn't be nowhere in her vicinity. And now that she's woken up, then he said, well, we ain't going to get married. I don't want to be married to no one like you. She said, are we having our exit conversation? He's like, well, what do we got to exit for? I just told you we ain't getting married. So you want me to stay in the relationship with you, not exit and not get married and deal with this? Girl, what the fuck? Do you really think that that's about to happen? He realized it was getting real. He had all his liquid courage. And then she said, oh, we having our exit conversation. This is where you get your shit and get the fuck out of my shit. And let me tell you something. I've learned this the hard way. I was always raised to have my own. Don't you ever let a man kick you out of his shit. Don't ever get in your position where you are left without your own. I've always been taught that. I see in hindsight that when you preach that, it is kind of a disservice for you to teach a girl that growing up, because she'll always have her shit, but she's likely to move someone into her shit. So the advice for me should have been, have your own shit. Don't let nobody ever kick you out of their shit. You always have your own shit. Always keep your own. Always. I've always been taught that. But what I should have been taught on that top of that, don't allow any man in a patriarchy, an able-bodied man in a patriarchy, to move in with you. This is a man's world. This system is designed for men to benefit. Basically what I was going to say is, don't let a man move into your shit. You can have your shit. You can be independent, have your own. Do for me, have my own, do for me. You can have all your shit. Just don't move no man into your shit. Yes, there is something empowering by telling and being able to tell a nigga, get the fuck out your shit. But there's nothing admirable, nothing cute about moving a nigga into your stuff. Do not lower your standards. These niggas know that they are out of your league, but they know that you've been beat over the head to accept him existing as enough of him to partner with, right? Just because a nigga exists doesn't mean he's a viable partner, let alone a viable partner for marriage, okay, girl? Let alone a viable partner to be attaching debt to both of your names at the same time. Absolutely not. Anyways, y'all, that's all I wanted to say. Take care of each other and protect your energy. Peace.